Rebuild the nation, new and better Germany combined. Autarky and the 75 political power. Captain of industry makes your industry skyrocket. I can imagine that. Austria votes to unite with Hungary. At the insistence of the Hungarians, Austria has carried out a referendum on the possible reunification of the two nations under the Habsburg crown. The final count has been completed, but it's already clear that the landslide victory for the reunification camp. No irregularities in the voting process have been reported, and the Austrian government has found itself obliged to reform into a regional government of the Hungarian state. Though the move is greatly welcomed by the Hungarian public, the political repercussions of the referendum will likely be keenly felt throughout Europe. Oh, I could do anti-democratic raids. Ah, here we go. We're above 40. Hindenburg Incident. Disaster was narrowly averted today when the diesel fuel leak was discovered on the German passenger ship, the Hindenburg, as it came to dock in the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. The leak was promptly prepared. Had it gone unnoticed, flammable vapour would have resulted in a fire that could have engulfed the entire airship. Critics have long questioned the wisdom of passenger airships given the spotty safety records, and this incident is bound to make them even more vocal. Close call. Pakistan declared war on India. Hungary has been aligned. Let's get the return of the Kaiser. Kaiserreich needs a Kaiser, and with Wilhelm II still lives, exiled in the Netherlands. We will lift his exile and invite him to return to take the throne despite what the Western democracies might think. Our tension rises ever higher. Am I going Victoria? Yep. Military police done. Now I'm going to get field hospitals so I can start adding them to my armies. And in fact, we are now completely free to tweak these guys as basically at will. First things first though, we're going to add military police to you. Then Panzer divisions are going to get light tank... No, armoured recon. And then the infantry divisions. That's a lot of bonus breakthrough. And armor. Like regular infantry divisions aren't going to be able to pierce their armor. That's actually kind of interesting. Do it. Why not? Something like this, maybe? And then the regular motorized divisions is just super heavy motorized. We'll add some tanks, I think, probably. Don't need to do that right now. And this almost certainly wants to be light recon. Oh, right, the motorized recon companies just give them the most speed, which, considering these are just plain old motorized, this probably is the best idea. Cool. Let's do some anti-democratic raids. Although that's going to boost our stability. Which I don't really need to do. We're actually okay with this blend of different alignments within Germany at the moment. We are super stable. A strong and stable government. Nationalist Spain declared war on the Regional Defence Council. Carlist Spain. Carlist uprising in the Civil War. Wary of being increasingly sidelined by having their influence over the Nationalist front more and more curtailed, the Carlist forces under Manuel Falconde have renounced their affiliation with the Nationalist cause, declaring their own independent insurrection. Carlist Requetas, predominantly in the north of the country, have turned on their erstwhile allies, while at the same time continuing the fight against the Republican enemies. The effects of this military position in the Civil War are being downplayed by the Nationalist leadership, but it is evident that the current chaos presents ample opportunities to the Republicans. And they have actually split the Nationalists in half. This is a really interesting Civil War. I might save this. I should save it anyway, but still. That's a good Civil War. This one is actually pretty balanced. Because the Republicans, while being small and surrounded, do still have Madrid. The Carlists have split the Nationalists in half. And then the Anarchists have a pretty good, strong position in the south. Send them some aid. Yeah, we might as well. Oh, I can't yet. Well, tension needs to be at 20%. Like, I'm definitely one of the ones who could meddle, but I just can't do it just yet. That's unfortunate. We need Germany, we need Japan and China to kick off. Alright, so the Carlists have consolidated their territory. If they could take out Galicia, then they would be sorted. Nationalists are going to be in Aragon, Republicans are going to be in Madrid, Carlists are going to be in the northwest, and then the Anarchists in the south. Goodness gracious, these French spies are messing around. Just found a seducer, tough infiltrator, demolition expert. I've never seen a 4-trait spy either, that's quite impressive. Japan also has a monarchist path, but they need to go north and get bogged down by the Soviets. Yeah, they're on it. Although, how monarchist is monarchist? Because I think I've left them on fascist. Because fascist is still pro-emperor. I really wasn't sure which is like the most monarchist path for them. Far left. No, that's communist. Or you mean down... No, that's Kodahar. That's fascist. Showa Restoration would be the only other one I can think of. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. After a brief scare when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning the Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. A ceremony is to be held in the White House next week, where Earhart is to be personally congratulated for her feat by the President. Impressive. Showa Restoration's the monarchy one. But how different is that from just going fascist? Because both of them are pro-emperor. Or is it just the emperor is even more pro? As opposed to pro-militarist. Fascism has already completely disappeared in Germany. Impressive! Okay, now I need to make a decision. Do I want to go for the artillery buff, which will get us bonuses to all of this, or to this? That would be 12 technologies. Artillery be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it depends on whether it counts rocketry, AA, and AT as well. I think I'm going to go artillery. I really do wish that these provided equipment buffs, though. Show restoration to the Emperor in charge. Fascism as the military in charge with the Emperor as a puppet. Okay, so that's one rule that I might need to change for Japan, then. Because I wasn't sure which was which. Marco Polo Bridge Incident. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. China has accepted full responsibility for the incident, forwarding an apology to Japan as well as agreeing to extensive territorial concessions. This has surprised many experts who predicted the border tensions would erupt into a full-blown war. Does this mean lasting peace in Asia? I don't think I've ever seen this outcome before. 24%, yeah, I saw that. There we go. That should keep them going for a bit. Return of the Kaiser. Done. So next up we need to communicate with the... expatriate the communists. Which will get rid of the communism support. And then accept British naval dominance, I guess. Oh, we need to have done naval effort for this one. Yeah, it's not that hard though. Daily communism support goes down. France gains communist refugees, which increases their communism support. But they've banned communism, which counters that. I have no army already. The internal threat of communism continues to plague our nation. We must rid ourselves of it, no matter what the adherents, where the adherents flee to. The Netherlands prevents the return of the Kaiser. The dastardly Netherlands, having so long nobly offered William II refuge, has now blocked the Kaiser's attempts of crossing the border to Germany, and have escorted him back to his residence Housdorn. The Dutch cite concerns over the stability of the continent as their reasons for denying the Kaiser's return to the German throne. We shall give them some more immediate concerns. Or perhaps they have a point. We have other candidates. Not long after the German Empire lifted the exile on Wilhelm II, a surprise announcement yesterday morning. Dutch authorities blocked the old Kaiser's motorcade before it passed the German border and forced it to return to the residence of Housdorn. In an unofficial Dutch communique cites concerns of destabilising the continent should Wilhelm II be allowed to assume the German throne once more, and the Dutch government has therefore taken upon themselves to place the old Kaiser in house arrest. A German response to the crisis has yet been remade, but public outcry has included the demand for military force to use to see the Kaiser's return. How dare they! And there we go. We got Billy the Third instead. Stability +3. China declared war on Yunnan. I think I found a issue with the Portugal focus tree. I went down, joined the Axis, now I'm stuck with Unstable Republic and can't remove it. There's something I'm missing. Don't know, Jean Monnet, I haven't played as Portugal. Thought we were going with Victoria. I think we have to get him first. So we need to do British dominance and then alliance with the Shade. I assume next. Oh, I see. Recall Paul Leto von Vorbeck. Get him as a general. That's pretty nice. Reinstate Prince Wilhelm's right of succession. Kaiser Wilhelm III's son was forced to renounce his right of succession by desiring to marry against the approval of the then head of family, Wilhelm II. As Wilhelm III has now taken over that role, he might be able to pressure his exiled father into supporting a reversal of the decision. So I guess I need to do that once I have the political power. And I guess I can now start forming my army again. I probably should. And yeah, Paul Leto Vorbeck is obviously going to be a good general. This does not surprise me in the least. I'm guessing I can only do that because I'm the Kaiserreich again. Yes, with Hohenzollern restored to the throne, the old line of East Africa once again offers his services. Interesting. And yeah, Spanish Directory is getting destroyed. I'm amazed the anarchists have been annihilated with such rapidity. Carlos Spain took 4 states. Spain have been annexed. Wait, what? They took Madrid, which annexed the Republicans at the very moment of their victory over the anarchists. Oh, what a reversal. With reunification of Austria and Hungary completed, the Hungarian government has gathered international press in Budapest and announced the restoration of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. King Otto has assumed his rightful title as the Emperor of Austria and has reiterated his vow that, though the empire is yet a shadow of his former self, he shall not rest until the Habsburg lands have been reunited. Their neighbours undoubtedly eye the proceedings in Budapest suspiciously. No, this is La Resistance. I just forced everyone to go monarchist. Kaiserreich has not yet been updated, as far as I know. Okay, decision's almost ready. Mexico took 2 states. Mexican junta have been annexed. Expatriate the communists has been done. Alright, let's accept the British naval dominance then. This hurts me. This hurts me on so many levels. We require allies to fight communism, and the British are a prime candidate. We will alleviate their concerns by accepting their naval superiority and disavowing any extensive naval build-up, in the interests of improved relations. Still can't do this because we're still not in a faction with them. So how do I get a faction? Central powers. Oh, I can't. And this also means I can't assassinate Mussolini. Alliance with the Shade should form a faction, yeah, but not with Austria. That's the Anglo-Saxon alliance, it's not the Central Powers alliance. Alright, next up we've got Modernized the succession laws. The current Kaiser's son, the soon-to-be Wilhelm IV, only has 2 daughters as heirs. We must secure the line of succession, so the succession laws must be modernized to allow Princess Felicitas to reign when the time comes. This allows women to inherit the throne and also gives us even more stability. However, it's really bloody expensive. Alright, we've got leveled up civilian building stuff. And with it... Oh, we still don't have autarky. You know what, before that, I'm going to grab autarky so I can get Reichsautobahn built. For Germany to be truly great, it must be self-sufficient. We must make better use of our resources and become more efficient in our construction. And then technology. Could actually do logistics. Still 37, still early. Grab logistics. I'm having fun at the moment with the intelligence operations for resistance. Moscow currently has plus 60% in resistance target, making Germany's life really difficult. Interesting. Yeah, I'm disappointed I didn't get more chance to do resistance meddling with Germany in the France game. Austria wants non-aggression. That I can accept. I like the way the Germany Civil War is pretty nice and easy, unlike the Spanish one. I don't know. I would say the Carlists are having a pretty easy time of things. Big difference from the previous game. If you form a faction with England, wouldn't I just be able to invite Austria-Hungary to it? Yeah, that's true. It just has a crappy name, though I guess I can change the name. Probably want to keep the fuel refinery stuff going. They can actually supply the troops since I'm supporting them. Well, I was supporting them as France as well. They just kind of sucked. Whereas now, they're getting a lot of stuff. Have to seize leadership from the British. I suspect that's not going to be hard, seeing as they have no dominions. Hoping to have my new internet work for this Saturday. Cool. Carlist Spain took 18 states. Spanish territory have been annexed. And it's not going to take a lot to take out the anarchists either. This is a really early civil war. It's still November 37. It was like 1940 before I finished mine, I think. Carlist Spain took 2 states. Regional Defense Council of Aragon have been annexed. Carlist forces under Manuel Falconde have finally defeated their Falangist and Republican enemies and secured full control over Spain. Though isolated pockets of Republican troops continue to wage a guerrilla war that may well hamper the exertion of the local Carlist control in previously Republican areas, it is unlikely that further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. The bravery and fanaticism of the Carlist Requetas were key in securing their victory, and this same high morale characterizes the Spanish post-war rebuilding efforts. With war over, however, many Carlists impatiently await when their efforts are rewarded, and the rightful Carlist claimant can at last ascend the Spanish throne. That civil war was faster than your civil war, finished in March 38. Yeah, November 37. Civil war is over. That's got to be one of the earliest possible wars. Like, that was kind of crazy. Oh, we never actually finished the build-up in these places. Okay, that makes more sense. Brandenburg, Hanover, Thuringen and Franken, I think, is where we get the free ones. Hanover, Thuringen. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. Check their national spirit for recovering the Civil War. They might be able to get rid of it in a reasonable amount of time. 42. So, yes. Create faction request with Austria-Hungary. Yeah. Okay. That does mean that they're likely to want to join ours, I guess, when it's ready. Let's get Reichsautobahn. Actually, we're building a bunch of infrastructure now, so we don't need to. No, let's go and do this first. We require allies to fight communism, and the British are a prime candidate. We will alleviate their concerns by accepting their naval superiority and disavowing any extensive naval build-up, in the interest of improved relations. The most anti-Mordred focus in Vanilla Hearts of Iron. I know, I'm hating this. This is making me hurt. I'm crying inside. And now outside too. Alright, elastic defense, done. Mobile infantry or blitzkrieg? Honestly, we're going blitzkrieg. It's not something I usually do. Oh, blitzkrieg gives armoured car organisation a big boost. That's interesting. Also Amtracs. Oh, this gives them an even bigger boost. Mobile infantry is really strong. We have a genius armor guy. Yeah, we're not going massive motorized, we're going massive tanks, so we're going to take blitzkrieg. This is something I almost never do. Because we're going to be using regular infantry to hold the line. Not motorized. Okay, infantry divisions are ready for deployment. Huzzah! Let's train up another set of those. Damn, I can only do 11 at a time. Ugh! Okay, let's start assigning people. Oops. No, we still need to wait for a bit longer. Trying to get the political power up. Japan declared war on China. Yunnan declared war on the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. That feels like an even longer name than usual. The Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Panay Incident, American and British gunboats were attacked by Japanese aircraft in separate actions today, while evacuating Western civilians from the front line in the war between Japan and China. Was limiting my training? Just the size of the army. You can only train a certain portion of your army size at any one time. So it's going to be a gradual build-up as opposed to a build everything right now! Ah! Or research. Am I going for heavy or medium tanks? Mediums.
Angetreten.
We're going to be doing that that weird M word that people keep on saying I should be doing more of. Oh, what's it called? Murdering? No. Modification? No, it's not mod. Oh yeah, micro. We'll see if I'm actually capable of it. Micro. Right, let's modernize these succession laws. Done. That's it. No more.